Hi, YouTube.
There is
Hi,
definitely an
YouTube.
echo. Hello.
No worries. Try and get the echo sorted
My
out.
bad.
If you if you
I
can't,
don't hear an
I can't
echo.
hear the echo, which means neither can the
I
recording.
c-
I can hear the echo.
yeah, I
Oh.
can't either.
I can hear the echo.
Oh,
Okay.
All right.
that's weird.
Maybe the echo
Well,
was
echo
the
today
friends
it
we made
is.
along the way. Anyways.
No, but it might be you. Your Discord thing is constantly green.
Okay, wait.
Oh my god.
Mine?
Regardless, we will sort of pick up a little bit after we had left off. All of you living in the estate, you guys have had a very eventful first day. And for the first little bit of the session, we're just going to go over what the rest of that week looks like up until the event that you guys have been brought here for. We will start with the man of the hour, Elric. Since you are on the road coming to there, while you have the time and capability good to get a fair amount of work done on your projects, on your portions of the fifth gate, you won't have a lot of the same material stuff. So the work you're getting done is much more like textual, much more in the realm of like building, writing things out, making sure that all your math is correct. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Perfect. So what do you think while on the road Elric would be doing?
I think, well, since, he can't build anything too large on the road, I think he'd just be, figuring out, the mathematics of how his project would work and, for how long it would work, I think. What if he activates it?
Yeah, of course. As far as like the mechanics themselves of your project, how do you think Elric would be sort of like sketching that out? Feel free to give as little or as much, preferably more, but as little as or as much detail as you have at the moment.
I think, I think Elric has, a, a book of all of his inventions, so he's probably sketching it down in there. I
Mhm.
imagine it's kind of just a sphere with a button on the top that he'd be able to press, and then it just kind of makes a dome around him that blocks out influence. Is kind of what I was thinking.
Mhm. Yeah. On a more like technical aspect, like in a similar way that Tharn's protective instruments worked on the first gate, where they like took that heat and used it to generate power, or are you going a more magical aspect where it's like once this dome activates, you are just kind of covered in abjurative wards?
I think more magical. Like once it activates, it's kind of just a
Yeah.
bunch of wards.
Yeah, the way we talked about it, it was sort of like divine protection, both in the sense of like being that kind of magic, that kind of scale, and also in the sense of protecting specifically from the divine. Yes?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a religion check then.
I have a plus 11 to a religion.
I know, that's why I asked you to roll it.
16 plus 11, so 27.
Ouch. Yeah. It doesn't take long for you to start, like, understanding the kind of magic you need to work with here. It does take you a little bit longer to get those wards, get those, like, glyphs almost sketched into the book, because you are trying to essentially teach yourself a new school of magic.
Yeah.
I will say divination is probably not Elric's strong suit.
Yeah, no.
So
He was never much of a magic guy, more
no,
tech.
more of a book guy. He would make a
Yeah.
great wizard if wizards weren't nerds.
Yeah. Too busy cutting off my limbs to read.
So go ahead and give me an Arcana check with disadvantage. DC is going to be decently low, but
9
Still.
plus 5, so 14, and then 14.
It's hot chocolate. 14?
Yeah.
Delightful. Yeah, you are more than able. It takes a while. Almost, I'd say about 3 or 4 days up until you're getting there that Friday for the kind of weekend-long event of Cathander's initiation. However, by that time you do get it where you can draw these glyphs pretty practiced, and you can, by putting your hand on them and turning it a full 180 degrees, you are able to, for about, I'd say, 6 to 10 seconds, activate a sort of lower level of protection.
Okay.
Awesome. Cutting back into the mansion, Iron. We will go with you next. And you had talked to me outside of session time, either about changing your project or getting something different done while you guys are working throughout this week. So we're going to go ahead and start with that. It's sort of mid-afternoon. You guys have finished your daily work on the 5th gate. We will get to your progress on that soon enough once everybody's personal projects are dealt with. But you're sort of walking around. You're looking for leather workers, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah, go.
just like a little side project.
Yeah. So go ahead and give me a... Well, it wouldn't be too terribly hard, but I'll just have you roll it just in case you crit fail, because that would be funny. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
I mean, I'm pretty good at those, so the regular.
Yep.
I'm glad I'm good at those because 14.
Jesus. Yeah. With that, you're able to find the sort of requisite, I guess the order and materials officiate would be the best way to describe his role here. It's a small, stout man with, several prosthetics. He's got a leg that's been replaced. A bit of his, like a few of his fingers have been. He looks tough, but also like he's getting to the point where, however strong he might have been, he is just too old to be keeping that up. He sort of raises his eyes at you, nods to you to sort of indicate that you can speak. He's paying attention to you now.
Good day, sir.
Good day.
I was hoping you could help me with a wee project.
Well, that really depends on what you're asking for.
I find myself in want of a wee pet companion, but I need means to carry them around, remain hands-free. Perhaps you could help me rig up a bit of a harness, as it were.
Like a baby saddle?
Something like that, aye.
Or more of a platform? What is this pet of yours? Could I see them? Do you have them with you?
I'm afraid I haven't purchased them yet, but I figured perhaps, like, a few weasels, perhaps. Maybe a few small baskets that could sit either on the backs of my shoulders, on my back. Just for them to sit in as we travel.
Oh, I see no reason why not. I will... The services here are yours to use. Please, don't be a stranger. I will be the second basement where the leather workers are. Just, I will try to have it done by the end of the week, but I can make no promises.
Is there perhaps some assistance I could give that would speed up the process?
Oh, most definitely. I am not as able-bodied as I once was. And you see he kind of rolls his shoulders and it cracks like a glow stick. He's like, if I could direct you with the rest of the workers, we would be able to finish this significantly faster, most definitely by Friday.
DM, what day is it approximately now?
Wednesday? I'd say you
okay.
guys got there about, like, Monday night, Tuesday morning. That first session would have been the Tuesday. This is the Wednesday to the Friday.
Oh. I suppose I could spare a few hours today.
How delightful. Thank you very much, Iron. And join me in the lower levels, if you will. And the both of you walk almost all the way to the same firing range, but it's just one level lower. And could I please get a, do you have leatherworkers tools?
Let me check.
If you don't, I do know that artificers have a feature that they can create tools if they don't already sort of have them with them.
I don't have leatherworkers tools themselves, but I can create them, yes. I don't remember if that's through my all-purpose tool or...
Right tool for the job.
Yeah. Oh, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
I think it's like I take an hour, I think it is.
Yeah. We'll say that hour is the hour you guys take to build out and sketch through this. It starts as like a kind of shoulder-mounted fanny pack, and at the end kind of resolves to almost a piece of armor. Almost like a leather, a leather like shoulder piece. But it's fastened, it's secured, and with the like specific leather that you used, you were able to use leather from like a magical beast, so you know that it will work exactly as you would like it to. Go ahead and, with proficiency, roll me an intelligence check.
Alright. So just a straight intelligence?
Yep, intelligence plus proficiency.
So roll. Okay, so it's 17, and then plus 3 got me 20. Where's my proficiency?
Jesus.
Plus 6, 26.
Huh.
Plus 26?
No. Yeah. Oh, that'd be terrifying. No, not plus 26. Just 26 total.
Yeah.
Cool.
Plus 26.
That would be nightmarish. I might have a check with you about rules if you find a way to get a plus 26 on a roll. But yeah, you are able to do this easily. You see that this man, while being at a quite high age for a human, is incredibly knowledgeable about techniques used by elves for forging. Elves for forging and leatherwork, as well as like dwarves, even to like orcs and other far off kingdoms of humans. This seems to be like a resident expert. But you've made that, and we will move over to Cathander.
Real quick, DM.
Yep.
since that was using that. Okay, so tool expertise. Your proficiency bonus is doubled for any ability check you make that uses your proficiency with a tool.
Oh, terrifying.
But that would actually be 32, not 26.
Jesus. It succeeds regardless. That more than passes the DC. I'll say that you're able to get a little bit more work done on the 5th gate just because of how quickly you were able to, like, work through this.
Cool.
And Cathander.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm
You're...
sick. I'm sick. It's the weather. Okay.
Yeah, no, I feel that. Your
Yeah.
project, you did a significant amount of work on it the first time I gave you guys, like, forge time. You've built the, like, physical chakram part of it.
Yes.
Now you just have to go through and essentially teach yourself transmutation magic. So you know the layout, you know the contents of this house better than anybody else. Where do you think Cathander would start looking in terms of teaching himself a school of magic he's not particularly familiar with?
Gosh, I don't know. Would we have a library in
You
our
would
house?
have multiple libraries.
Yeah, probably there.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Okay. Ooh, that was a 2 plus 11, 13.
Okay, not terrible. You're able to find a few things, if you like basics, but as you're sort of looking through, you notice whether it's the same teacher or a different teacher, you know that one of your teachers, as soon as you entered the library, started paying very close attention to you, and begins just sort of handing you books on teleportation, on enchantment, on, like, rune carving, and on enchanting weapons specifically. Yep. So, you get a fair bit more work done than you would on a 13 by itself. Go ahead and roll again, this time with advantage.
Ooh, I'm so pampered.
These are the points at which I had, like, a little drum roll button that I could just push. I don't trust the Discord audio board. It's so loud.
It is. Please
It
don't.
is. It
Yeah.
is. But you can lower it.
Oh, thank you. What did you roll?
25.
Jesus, yeah. DC was 19, so you're more than good.
I love being pampered in my house.
It is your house. So you're going through, you're able to, without even asking at this point, as you're writing things down, you're keeping notes, you're doing small tests of, like, seeing if you can make an apple teleport from one table to another inside, like, drawn circles, or if you can make a sort of, like, smaller dimension door, and you're experimenting, you are working with artifice, bit by bit, day by day, hour by hour, you're getting closer and closer, and without even needing to formally ask, once you get it, and once you've got everything you need, you are able to... Sorry, my cursor's moving around against my will. I don't know how that's even happening. This is really weird. Regardless, sorry. Distracted.
okay.
In your book, The Tome of Webbing, you get
Oh.
a full schematic and blueprint, both for everything you've worked on up until this point, and specifically how to incorporate the two parts of these. If you're given, or if you take any more sort of forge time, you will be able to complete this project fairly quickly.
I love this book. This is the third time it gives me blueprints. Yeah, sure.
Awesome. So, with that, we will move over once again to Audra. You are, sort of kept in your room, in your space. You've got the run of the place, but, even if you were to leave, it would be days and days before you reach Daedalus. So excuse me, you're sort of begrudgingly staying put. Aside from just sort of getting the map of the place down, like we talked about, getting the areas you frequent sort of memorized, what else do you think Audria would be doing in terms of, like, forge time outside of working on the fifth gate? Wisp, you are muted.
Thank you. That was necessary. I'm so sorry.
Nope,
Hello.
you're okay.
I was talking and I said hello and I was confused as to why I was not being heard.
No worries.
Is it my turn?
Yes, it is. I was asking what Audria would be doing aside from sort of getting a pretty good map of this place and sort of every room you have accessible to you. I know you asked that in the first session, so in my head that's what she is spending most of her time on, but when you are dedicating yourself to artifice outside of the fifth gate, what do you think Audria would be working on?
Definitely what we spoke about.
Absolutely.
The Hail Mary move.
Yep. You have that box from the magistrate that you were focusing on, trying to sort of...
That's definitely also something she'll be searching through as well.
Well, I'd say those two things are quite interconnected, as when you start moving through the pages and flipping through, trying to find, like, scraps of information about yourself, it is disturbingly mechanical. Can you go ahead and give me I guess it'd be a language check, so intelligence with half proficiency.
Alright, let me just work that out real quick.
Would be +3, I think, on top of your intelligence.
Around 6, yeah, so it was 8, basically.
Yep.
16.
Nice. You're gathering bits and
Do I need a
pieces of...
flash of genius myself?
It would definitely help, if you would like to.
Let's do that and make it a 21.
23. So yeah, with the 23, absolutely, you are more than able. You're flipping through. You get to bits that are less talking about the quite rigorous testing that was done. And I will say most definitely that if you did not personally experience this testing, you would not even know that this writing is about a living thing. It is coldly and disturbingly mechanically written. But
Yeah.
you're finding reoccurring sort of it's almost like a motif in a way, where through the correspondence, through the letters being sent, there is repeated talk about a disruption or some kind of internal breakdown where in which the apparatus could become deeply unstable and in such cause a core meltdown. Most of the writings on this are about the sheer amount of damage that could cause. But a few you're able to get that it is about how to prevent this. And bit by bit, you see through these correspondence, the scientists had developed a device that would allow you to remain stable throughout a possible meltdown. And they had fashioned it into the shape of a semi-large ring. Sort of noticing how many are on you, you realize originally it was only meant to be one. And
Yeah.
that,
And they just kept adding.
with one of them already being broken, you're starting to get a little worried. As far as sort of like essentially reverse engineering a self-destruct button out of this, can you go ahead and give me an intelligence check, or a tool proficiency check with disadvantage, please?
What kind of tool proficiency?
It would be sort of I'd say you can use your all-purpose tools if you would like. It would be more of... There's not a direct tool that it is. This is more on the, like, coding and, like, actual, like, software of it.
Let's go with like an intelligence check or something.
Yes.
Is the intelligence check a disadvantage as well?
Yes. Intelligence check with disadvantage.
Okay. 16.
Huh? 16?
16.
Okay, I heard 16. I was like, how did you roll that?
No, 1 6.
1 6. Much better. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you take the one that's already a little broken and you start fiddling with it, and you realize it's powered by residual energy. So it stands to reason that if you were to simply, through one means or another, be made non-functional in some sort of significant way, that these would semi-permanently shut off. And that if you were to then be made functional again, it would take them a few minutes to an hour to gain enough power to turn themselves back on again. And in that time, you would have a chance to, or more accurately, you would be at risk of suffering a significant destabilization.
Okay. I think she's also going to. So she's got. So I very specifically took proficiency in, like Jor's tools and that sort of thing as well, so that she can play around with the gold a little bit. I think she also wants to try and see if there's a way. So obviously, it's like it has a dampening effect.
Yes.
But if it has one effect that is, goes one way, is it possible to basically reverse it and use it as an amplifier as well?
That would lead almost immediately to an incredibly significant destabilization, which you find out pretty quickly as there's a stopper in the device to essentially stop it from overloading on energy and the battery just kind of popping. Same things actually exist in smartphones, fun fact. And you're able to sort of tamper with it, and in the moment that you get the stopper out of the device, I'll say it's the one sort of on your wrist to forearm area, the tips of your fingers begin to glow, and you can feel the skin where that light is pouring out begin to burn slightly.
Put it back on.
Yeah. So you know that's definitely something you can do. But just as we talked about, this would be near exclusively a Hail Mary option. As you're looking at the tips of your fingers as they've gone slightly black, kind of as if you had like stuck them in an open flame.
Yeah, I think she's definitely just going to have a good look to see what the quickest and easiest way to. I think she hasn't really had like a lot of, I suppose, interest in fiddling with her rings that much. But I think it's definitely something that she's just like, okay, so how do I make them work for me instead of being purely the oppressive thing?
Absolutely. As you sort of overcome one more of those restrictions that were sort of just senselessly put on you for a large majority of time, you feel a little more at peace. And for a moment, you can feel a hand a little larger than your shoulder just place onto the side of your neck, mostly on your shoulder, but like just a little bit up. And it's a little warm, very comforting. You can feel it just squeeze slightly before it vanishes as quickly as it came.
Okay. Does she so she'll basically just try and look around to see who it was.
Yeah, you can't
not used to feeling
see
random beings touch her.
Yeah, you can't immediately see anything. If you have something like see invisibility or like like detect thoughts, that would be applicable, but otherwise, I'm gonna say it'd be pretty difficult to like discern what just happened to you. Awesome.
Detect thoughts it is.
Detect thoughts it is. Yeah, so you just sort of turn around. For a moment, you get nothing, and then your brain kind of scans out for a second, and it's less of thoughts themselves and more exact feelings. And you remember back to that dream you had a while ago as you feel the same kind of beloved divine pity as it just sort of wisps out of the room through the door like smoke, kind of just fading out of all things.
Can she, for curiosity's sake, because I'm curious,
Of course.
pull out her Book of Knowing?
Absolutely.
Have a little looky look inside there.
Yeah. You look. First thing you see is the passage that essentially foretells your doom. The prophecy of knowing, if you will. Then you see the name that would have been the last words of the man who made you if you had not chosen to simply rise above and be better than he was. And you can see something on the page, but it's not written words. Can you go ahead and give me a perception check with disadvantage, please?
Oh, 10.
Okay.
Hold on.
It is
Make it
perfectly
15.
clear, but you're sort of moving your fingers along and you can feel like grooves on the page.
Yeah, make it a 15 with a flash of genius.
Yeah.
And
You
it's not
can-
convincing me.
You can feel letters imprinted on the page, but with no ink or essentially no color to the page. It's a little hard to figure out what this is supposed to be.
And she go digging in her art supplies and find a pencil to do like
Yeah.
you know how you turn the pencil on its side and you rub it against the surface to see what the impression was underneath?
Yes. Sorry.
Could she do the same thing?
Absolutely. Go ahead and give me I guess, painter's tools check with advantage.
I think that is. I think it's plus 12. Yeah.
Damn.
27.
27.
I think it's higher because of the double proficiency thing.
Yeah. Your proficiency
but
is what?
27.
Mm-hmm.
6. So 27, 33.
Jesus. Okay. That passes all 3 of the DCs I set. So you sort of take a scrap page, put it on, rub that rub the pencil through it, getting those markings on another page. And can you go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw?
Okay. Uh-huh. 5.
Ouch. Okay. I will say...
I don't even think that's savable.
No, it's not. I will say...
It's okay, we lean into it.
As you are reading this, it is only after you finish and all of the lights around you shut off that you realize the second you started reading, you were speaking out loud. As you read the words on the page, and it says, "By death, by heat, by the ground you walk upon, by night, by day, by all that is and was and will be, I give you permission to speak my name." And as you finish saying this, as I said, the lights turn off. Once again, you feel something try to attach itself to you. Go ahead and take... Okay, that's... Sorry. Go ahead and take 18 points of psychic damage. As you can feel something try and enter your mind. And it is not that it is repelled, it is that it simply cannot find purchase. As...
Does it feel malicious?
Quite malicious. It feels as though you were hit with an attack.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. Let me just...
I will... Go ahead.
Sorry, continue.
I will say, however...
No, I want to hear what you say.
Yeah, I will say, however, that despite the lack of a physical effect you can feel, you know what you have done. You know what has been done through you. And you know that while the attack itself didn't work, while the mark that was attempted to be placed on you simply faded off just as the last one did, you can feel the things that are horrible get slightly closer to the material plane.
Right, as a player, I am slightly, lost on... Is there a way that she can communicate with whatever is trying to, I don't know, implant itself into her, I guess?
It seems as though, this mark, the "I give you permission to speak my name," was an attempt at communication from them. And that, almost like an EMP disrupting a Wi-Fi signal, the message simply wasn't able to go through to the other end. It feels very directly like something is stopping the infernal influence on you specifically.
Okay. Can she, trying to think about how can she experience the connection without actually experiencing the connection?
What an incredible question.
Because now she's curious.
Alright. You keep thinking about that, and while you're doing that, we are going to go over your guys' work on the 5th gate. So, there are 5 major sections of the 5th gate, and the first time you guys worked on it, you got one of them done. I've decided to do something a little special. Instead of asking you to make tinkering checks, I'm going to ask each and every one of you to roll a d6, and as a group, by multiples of 5, you will complete that many sections of the 5th gate today.
For stars, am I still echoing?
Not that
No,
I can hear. So please, everybody, go ahead and roll a d6, and just let me know what you rolled. Put it in the chat so I can remember, because I have a terrible memory. And we will see how much you guys get done when you are given infinite resources, dedicated time, and all of the expertise that could ever be desired.
When we're not trying to fix things that are just breaking, and we
When you're not trying to stop yourself from actively dying.
That's
Okay.
just the life of a D&D party, though.
True.
I got a 1. Should I?
Oh, okay, so you guys complete 2 sections of the 5th gate today. Because in total, you guys rolled an 11. So,
Wait, did we get from with?
yep, Wisp rolled
got
a
a 3.
So that's a 2 and a 3, so that's a 5. Iron rolled a 5, so that's another 5. Cathander, unfortunately, rolled a 1. So, with all that, you get 2 sections of the 5th gate fully done. So you have 3 out of 5 sections of the 5th gate complete and ready to go. It is getting to the point where the aesthetics of it are mattering a little more so. Audria has more work to do. Iron has more work to do, etching those runes directly into it. And Cathander, this is the point where which you stop taking a sort of mechanic role on the 5th gate and start taking a little more of a managerial role. Being the one with the blueprints, sort of pointing people in the direction, directing Iron on which runes to carve in and how to do it and with what kind of metal, and sort of making sure that the software that Elric is hypothetically bringing with him is
Yeah, you guys don't know.
up to standards. But, bit by bit, you guys, I'd say over the course of this week, get a fair bit closer together. It stops being a little less like coworkers and a little more like, hey, we've almost died as many times as there are people in this group together. And that brings people a little closer together. You're trauma bonded, for lack of a better term.
Except me, I'm not there.
Except you're not there.
No one cares about Elric.
No, you're good. Elric stays the loner.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Do you need
I'm
something?
good now.
Okay. So, with that, we arrive later at the event you have all been brought for. Everybody please go ahead and take a long rest. No, I'm okay. Everybody who has been told to level up, please do so. And
Wait, what?
no, not you. Did I tell you to level up?
No, not you.
Not you.
Very ominous.
Everybody something.
Everybody who has been told to level up, please make sure that you have done that.
Why do I feel like it's everybody but me?
No, it's everybody but you and Iron.
Oh.
Yeah, if it makes it feel better, I haven't.
Alaric's already leveled up.
I'm Earth's special little guy.
So, you all... It is the night of the party. It is a grand ball, an exquisite evening. What starts as a dinner with all of the investors transitions effortlessly into a dance and a beautiful celebration of the family, of Cathander's mother, of Cathander himself. And while the true event is going on, Cathander and his father will descend to the lowest levels of the basement, discussing secrets and practices of the family only known to the head of the estate. But we will do all of that as it happens. Right now, you're all getting ready. So if you could all just sort of, one by one, with the exception of Elric, who got dressed on the way there, let me know what your sort of formal wear looks like. What your sort of fancy ball outfits are.
Nobody's going first.
Well, I think you spoke first, so we'll
spoke
start
first,
with you.
It's your turn.
Damn it, I should be last. This is my party.
Tag, you're it.
Yeah.
Of course, it's your job to lead the way.
Yeah, it's your party.
You're just digging your hole deeper.
I should be like the end, I should be the big reveal.
Well, you're Mr. Nobility, so
Okay.
I probably have
Cathander?
a replica of what Dad's wearing, but change it up a bit. I'd have a lot of. It's like a tuxedo. I hate English. I'm sorry. Like with the tail, at the end it extends. What's it called?
A tailcoat.
And a tailcoat.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's the tail.
Just the tail. It has a lot of white accents.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So you're wearing a sort of like classic Victorian full suit, the kind that would have been worn by composers and those employed by the crown roughly around the 16 to 1800s.
And don't forget, Mira's wearing a silver dress.
Oh, that's delightful. Speaking of Mira, you see that your sister has very much so warmed up to Mira, and through your course, sort of staying at your family estate once again, Mira has spent almost more time with your sister than they have with you.
Oh. Okay, that's harmful. That was the favorite.
And Iron, what are you wearing? What does your dwarven formal wear look like? I assume you have a kilt.
Yeah.
Right, so you're not wrong.
Sorry.
Alright, so
Yep.
for Iron, we'll start from the bottom and head up.
Of course.
Oh, okay.
So he is wearing polished black boots
Nice.
with buckles on the side. And as we go up, you see a little bit of knee, just a hint of knee.
Just a hint of
Just
knee.
Scandalous.
How
And then
risque.
we head further up.
The Victorian
And we
ankle
go-
was a knee.
We go to a just beautiful, long flowing great kilt
Yep.
that as we go up, is draped over one shoulder.
Nice.
The patterns are in reds and oranges and yellows, just kind of symbolizing the fires that he works in daily as a blacksmith.
Mm-hmm. Well,
and
kilts themselves,
wearing...
I will say, are often stitched and colored similarly or directly with a sort of family crest or insignia incorporated in them. So it being covered with the colors of the forge and your family being blacksmiths as far back as you know there to be a family is incredibly fitting.
Indeed. And then as we go further up, he's wearing a basic linen shirt, sleeves slightly rolled up, and then over that, a nice dress vest with a slight lapel. He's kind of got that open collar thing going on. He's not too caring about looking all prim or proper necessarily.
No, you've got...
Until we get to the beard.
It's bedazzled. No.
So the beard, well, while you normally see it just, braided into, not necessarily, it's normally just braided for efficiency. It's a bit of pride, but he's, trying to make it out of the way of...
Oh. Hold. Sorry about that.
He's taking a little bit more care. He's combed and oiled it properly, and his beard has little, I guess, rings stationed throughout the braids, if you will. And similarly, his hair is similar to the beard, swept back, freshly combed and oiled. The sides still shaved, showing off his runic tattoos. But he cleans up nice.
Delightful. And Audrio, what is your formal wear looking like? I'd say this is likely the first chance you've gotten to really dress up in a major way. So let me know what you think they would be wearing.
Well, I'm presuming she kind of had access to...
You have access
somebody
to
that...
multiple
like
nobles.
a tailor of some kind.
Yeah. You have access to tailors, seamstresses, fabric workers, and makers. Like I said, when you guys are here, you have near infinite resources. Quite literally the best that money can buy.
I think... So, there's nothing subtle about Audrey. She likes flamboyance. She enjoys details. And I think that would be very much reflected in what she wears. So she would definitely go with something pull down, like big skirt, lots of fabric, something that gives like a really pretty silhouette. And probably in as a base color, like a deep navy to sort of accent with her skin, I guess. But then would do a lot of golden embroidery.
Nice.
And lots of golden details as well. Lots of very intricate, detailed embroidery, very like filigree.
It is almost like calligraphy, the way it kind of whirls and covers the outfit.
Yeah, I think the more detail she could put into it, the better. And she would, for almost, I think it's something that So she, like before, would be more inclined to hide her rings, or some kind of covering over her head for a halo, or turn it into a flower crown, or something that covered her as much as possible. But I think she's slowly beginning to sort of settle into her identity, and it definitely feels more, I suppose less like she needs to hide.
Yeah.
And I think so. She would definitely have, like her halo out, and just kind of be like, okay, this is like the first time I get to dress up and wear a really pretty dress. I'm going to take full and complete advantage of it.
Absolutely. I will say you all walk out together almost about the same time that people are arriving. A few of the servants you guys have met, butlers, are important distinction that I'm quite sure Cathander's father would be very disappointed in me for not realizing. Um, and they're working. The staff is quite busy, so you're not sort of talking to the friends you've made. You know almost no one aside from each other, except of course the magistrate, who gets there followed by his secretary, his master of ceremonies, and a few of the other officials from Daedalus. They have their own sort of table off in a corner. It's set up like a large event, just as any other. You guys are enjoying the dinner at a large table, and you're noticing the magistrate is wandering around. He's being a little more social, a little friendlier than he might have been, but it doesn't seem to be anything more than just this is a formal event, so he's putting on a good face. And
Like you said, the magistrate here?
yeah, the magistrate is at the estate. As you guys are going, Audrey, you're just about to leave your room, and you hear a knock on the door.
Yes. Sorry. Hello.
Yes. Sorry. Hi. This is such a big house. I'm the secretary of the magistrate. He directed me.
Hi.
Of course. Hi. You've met this person a few times. You can't recall their name, but you know that this is, this is them. This is that guy. He's always been generally kind, if not a little distracted. And he goes, yes, the magistrate ordered, God, so many stairs. Ordered me...
Breathe, please.
Ordered me to, deliver this to you, before the party. I don't think you'll have time to read it, but he wanted me to make sure that you got this before you went downstairs. And he hands you a folder that on the front has a very official looking stamp on it that just says Last Will and Testament.
She kind of just looks at it for a moment, and takes it from him. Who is it? Who is it from? Whose is it?
I'm not permitted to say, but it comes from the magistrate by my hand and only my hand, as I am his attorney of will, I I believe you would know. I'm not at liberty to discuss the information enclosed within it with you.
Okay.
I'm very sorry.
Thank you.
Of course. And you see he rushes back downstairs.
I'll just kind of look at it for a moment. Vague inkling about who it's from.
Yeah.
And carefully open it.
Yeah. You open it quite carefully. Just sort of on the first page. I'd say you have only enough time to gather whose last will and testament this is, and a few of the things that have been specifically left to you. As you read, and immediately it is cold and mechanical right on the front. This is the last will and testament of the magistrate himself. As
she
go ahead.
She will quickly find somewhere to tuck it away safe, and use her rings to fly downstairs as quick as possible to try and find him.
Absolutely. About at this time, I'd say, since you took a bit of time, you were speaking with them, we move back over. This is happening about the same time. I'll let you know when you come down. You're all sitting down. Cathander's father stands up, clinks his glass with a fork, and thank you all very much for coming. It is today we celebrate my late beloved wife and many of our aunts and mothers. The master of ceremonies and head of estate has been a important role in this family for several generations, having given more breadth and more agency to those marrying into the family than most other noble houses, as we take great pride in the care and effort we put into the love and time we give to our children. It is to this extent that I would like to dedicate both this event and this dinner itself to my beloved son, Cathander, as he is both the man of honor and the new head of this estate. As the first of many effects he will be given tonight, I would like to bestow this house, the grounds, and its estate fully to him. Congratulations, my dear boy. This is the day you become a man. And a round of applause goes off as you are given this house just immediately. Yeah, let me know what you're thinking.
We're at the dining room table, I presume?
Yeah, your father is giving a toast to you.
Okay, I'd stand up just as he did, and we're on the opposite sides, right?
Yeah.
But my sister's right next to me?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Father, for that wonderful speech. Although I'd say I was already a man, but I'm glad to be the second head of this estate, and I'll take wonderful care of my sister, and then I'm gonna look towards her and hold her hand.
You see her face kind of goes white a little bit as your father's kind of just like staring daggers at you. You get a message cantrip of just, Cathander, what are you doing?
I'm being normal. What am I doing, Dad?
Dad. Sorry.
Cathander's a few drinks in already.
Yeah, Cathander's like drunk as hell.
I'll just send back. I'll end it, okay? And then I'll be like, but yeah, thank you, Father. And I'm gonna sit back down.
You see that as you sit back down, several other people start clapping, mildly confused and a little slowly. As your father continues speaking, he says, yes, thank you, Cathander. We will descend to the lowest levels of the basement where he will be given the opportunity to, as all men of this house for generations have gone, he will be given the opportunity to choose what this family becomes. As I had chosen for us to become merchants, my father had chosen for us to become manufacturers, his father had chosen for us to become distributors, and his father had chosen to become craftsmen. I am no doubt excited to see what my son will decide for this family, as I know I have impressed upon him the responsibility that rests on his shoulders. I hope you all enjoy this exquisite meal prepared by our wonderful chefs from around the world. They will be bringing out the second course shortly. Please feel free to dance and mingle amongst yourself as me and my son complete the rite of this family's initiation. I bid you all adieu, and hope you all have a wonderful eve. As he clinks his glass again, people give a very professional standing ovation as... Shut up. As he stands up, walks to you, Cathander, and offers you his hand to get up from the table and begin heading downstairs.
Before taking me, I'd just like to gulp as much drink, as much
Oh my god.
as much as
Great
I can.
idea.
So
Yeah, I need to
you finish your drink, grab another one from a waiter that's walking around, finish two more, as your father, looking slightly flushed and disappointed, goes, I can't... Of all the things you have done to disappoint me, Cathander, exactly what I did when I was in your circumstance is surprisingly low on that list. Please, if you would like, grab a few more drinks.
Backhanded ass compliment.
I mean, that's just
When in doubt, another round.
When in doubt, another...
It's so drunk that you have disadvantage on all following rolls.
I mean, that's in character. I would not do whatever this is. Like, happily. I'm going to ask my father if any of my friends can join. I'll look onto him and be like, can my friends join with a drink also?
With a drink also? Sorry.
I want everybody to be drunk.
It's mandated.
That's all.
My party. It's my party. Everybody
This
drink.
is my house.
Well, you heard the man. Everybody grab a drink.
Even the children.
Your father turns to you and goes, as it is a family event, you are allowed to choose a family member, a staff member, or a guest of honor of your choosing. However, rules are as they always have been, as is our way. You may select one and only one.
Okay. Is Audrey already down here?
I would say at this point you see Audria looking slightly flushed already. She hasn't had a drink, but it kind of looks like she's had a few. As she, hovering about a centimeter and a half above the ground, sort of glides down the stairs quickly on a direct beeline for the magistrate.
I look, I want to see what's gonna go. But okay, I'll just go to Iron and I'll just whisper into his ear, a predator?
I'll just grab 2 more drinks off the nearest tray and follow along.
I'll grab a
Well,
third one.
it's getting a bit stuffy in here as well.
Nice.
I'll grab a third one with him and keep on walking.
Iron, as you begin heading down the stairs, right at the stairs itself, you see Conwell, who's got a bit of a cheeky grin on his face, as he nods delightfully, takes the fancy champagne cocktails out of your hands, and just hands you a full pint. And just sort of nods at you and goes, "From our personal collection, my good sir."
I'll just nod at him and give him a big grin and a slap on the back. Aye, that's the way, lad.
He almost fully falls over. He's kind of twig-ish.
I'll just reach down and help him up. Oh, sorry about that, lad.
That's all right. It has been, wow. Of course, my good sir. Thank you for your frivolity. As the two of you are led downstairs, Audria, the magistrate...
Can I just insert before then? If she had seen them leaving, she would have sent her familiar after them and had it roll up in a bowl in Cathander's hand.
Absolutely, go ahead
and sent a message his way and said, "If you need me, just tap twice."
Nice. Yeah. Go ahead and give me a stealth check with advantage for your familiar.
Okay, I need to stop one real quick.
Would Mira be with me?
That all depends on this stealth roll.
18! Huzzah!
Mira is with you. So you feel as you walk down the stairs, as the commotion with Conwell's happening, it is used as a gorgeous distraction, as you see a small bird kind of spiral into a spike, and then quickly fall over itself into a sphere that soundlessly flips quickly into your pocket. And you get the message just saying, essentially, if you need Audria, just, do something significant to the bird, she'll know.
Dope.
So,
we do love a familiar connection.
We do love familiar shenanigans. So, you guys are led downstairs. The magistrate, I will say, is probably mid-conversation with a few people. Not a lot's really going on with him. Audria, what would you do afterwards, now that you've sort of sent them help if they need it, and you have free reign of this exquisite buffet?
I think she's definitely going to be on her, on the, what's the word I'm looking for? On track to go and say hello to him and find out why she received the letter.
Yeah. You approach the magistrate. He nods at you. Oh, Hello, Adria. It's been some time since you've returned to the city. I hate to speak of business at a place like this. How's the work on the Fifth Gate coming along? I know there have been several complications.
Well, we're definitely making progress. I have not let anybody die yet. I consider that to be progress as well.
Of course, you are quite wonderful at your job. It is why we picked you, Adria.
Thank you. So she kind of just like gives him a good look up and down and then does like a circle around him, making sure that he's okay from all sides.
Yeah, he looks exactly the same as he always does.
And she kind of goes, "You're looking awfully alive."
Yes, Adria.
What a compliment.
I had
You're
hoped
looking
I would be. Is something the matter?
I received quite a. She might even like take one of his hands and like lift up an arm a little bit, just double checking.
It's the magistrate.
I received a letter from your secretary. That was quite disturbing.
Oh,
In regards to your last will and testament.
Excuse me?
You and I both. I would just love to know why I'm receiving something so
Dire. You see his face
macabre.
drop a little bit. He looks kind of worried. He sort of looks in either direction and goes, I believe you may have been caught up in some form of plot. I shudder to speak of conspiracy and ill-doing, but with the complications of the Fifth Gate, I don't put it out of the question that somebody may wish to have me rid of. I thank you for bringing this to my attention. I am quite concerned. Was there anything odd about it?
I came downstairs as soon as I read that it was your will because I needed to make sure that you were safe and
it may have
not
been
somehow being killed.
It may have been a clerical error, if anything. I have several simulacrums to do menial and governmental tasks to give myself days of rest. My secretary may have seen one of those be dispatched of, but he is a quite proficient wizard himself. I don't see why he would not have discerned such a thing.
Look, I could go upstairs and read it again, but I would much prefer to stay somewhere where I can make sure you're not gonna, die.
Yes,
Because I know it's like, I know it's not my job to keep you alive, but I do feel like my job would become significantly harder if you were not alive.
Yes, Audrey, you have... It is rare that this happens, but you have given me a quite a pause for my safety. We will... Please, stay by my side. I wish... I trust in your capabilities. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. We will speak more after the fact. And with that, we will transition downstairs, down more stairs, and down even more stairs to the lowest level of the basement. As Cathander and Iron, you are let through a door with a armored centipede on it, which, Cathander, you know to be the family crest of your house, as your father begins to speak. Cathander, as you know, you hold on your shoulders a mighty responsibility of this household. And as I know, you are not fit to accept it. Yet, today is the day that you do. I would like to impress upon you the weight of the decision you are about to make. The nature of this household is one of enterprise. It is one of value. As he pulls a rope and a massive family tree opens up to you as he says, "This, the first of our noble name, had decided such, had decided that we would be valuable. And it has been our family mission to never forsake the wish of that great man." As he begins sort of dictating the family tree to you, showing you branch by branch what has been chosen, how a simple family marrying into new money at the turn of the last millennium had grown to this monolithic house where it was decided that you would sell weapons, where it was decided that you would partake in high society, where it was decided that you would be, for lack of a better term, unconcerned. You see, your father gets all the way to himself and he says, "I, unlike as I stated upstairs, have decided that our family from henceforth would be contained, Cathander. We will keep things as they are, and we will remain valuable. Do you understand what I am asking you?"
His entire speech, you just watch Cathander trying to hold out his burp, and as soon as he finished, he's gonna burp, and I'm gonna be like, no.
Of course.
Why am I becoming the head of the house if I'm not gonna change anything?
It is your...
Byron next to him, thinking this is a competition, will just let out an even louder one. That's how it's done, lad.
The father smacks you in the side of the head. Like cuffing a child, just smacks you and goes, "You are a guest in this house, you will behave."
Whoa! What the fuck,
I'll kind of
Dad?
glare at him and I'll be like, "I do believe that I am Cathander's guest, not your own. And as you have stated, he is now the head of this household.
He is not the head of
I recommend
anything
you
yet.
just him."
The stones must be resigned. There is something yet to be done, a ritual yet to be complete. Cathander is the head of nothing until I say he is. Now you will behave accordingly in my house for as long as it remains my house. Do I make myself quite clear to you, dwarf?
Oh shit.
Damn.
My father's mean.
Like that wasn't common knowledge.
Yeah.
He's really mean.
And just for like a show, activate Giant's Might and grow to 10 feet. Cross his arms and be like, "Get on with it then."
He just looks up at you, scoffs, as if you have done something equally as insulting as shitting on the floor.
Oh, if he keeps it up, Iron just might.
Please don't. Genuinely, please don't shit on the floor.
Please don't. He's not gonna clean it up. Trust. It's gonna be the poor staff.
I've worked at too many summer camps to relive that.
Oh.
You should 100% sit on the floor.
He won't, because he knows the poor butler's gonna have to clean it up. So.
Exactly. You don't want to make more work for Conwell.
Maybe like shit on his dad.
That's an option. Yeah, that's definitely an option. As whatever that was happening with my dad and Iron, I'll get in between them after he grew like to 10 feet and like push him off, and I'll be like, "Then let's get this fucking ritual over with."
Of course, Cathander, let's get this fucking ritual over with. As he pulls another rope and reveals another painting on the wall.
My God.
Cathander, have you seen what Earth looks like?
I don't think so. I mean, I've heard his voice. Not that.
Alright. I simply could not remember if that had ever come up. You see a large man in robes of silver, gray, and blue, with a butterfly on the front of them, with long, blonde, messy hair, wild eyes, and a sort of pleasant demeanor. He looks quite happy despite having been sat down for a lengthy painting process, as your father sighs and goes, "This was the last guest of honor to this ritual. They are given special permissions throughout the house, and as I believe you have chosen this individual for more combat-oriented reasons, we will have your selection take place later. This is Abraham, a man of faith, a man of Kalthos. He is quite lost to us now, but years before his death, he came to your mother with a simple request. And as such, it has been the tradition since before him and forever after that the guest of honor in this estate will be able to make one request of our household at any point in their life as they so choose. Abraham's request was quite simple. He asked us to deliver a letter to his son. We were quite able to accomplish such things. However, it appears as though the warning went unheeded as he continues walking down several flights of stairs, just leading you towards a large room with each guest of honor's portrait, one blank next to Abraham's painting, as he says, "Cathander, on the stones in this room, the very floor itself, are the tenets of this household, are the rules and laws positioned for our family. We will wait here until you have decided what this family will become once I have died, and what law you would like to pass through it. This is an important decision, and as such, he snaps his fingers, several lights turn on, pink glowing flame sort of douses the room in pastel colors as all of the words begin to glow and you hear the voices of your ancestors begin just saying what they made this house. As it gets all the way to your mother, and you see, as most of these people have written out a litany of rules to follow, restricting the behaviors of their children and their children's children, generation by generation, until every member of your family has turned into, quite generously, a wet blanket with no personality. That your mother simply wrote, "Let them be kind." And you see that it has been cracked. As your father leads you over and says, "In the breaking of these stones, there hold on this family lessons. It is not only that we find ourselves unable to follow the rule, we find ourselves unable to express it." As your mother's guest of honor shattered her stone while fulfilling his request of this family, we lost our generosity that night. We lost much more. I urge you, Cathander, as he gets down to your level and looks into your eyes with something that you know is not kindness, but you know is as close as your father can get, mystically speaking. You can see a legitimate curse be placed over him in this moment as he tries and fails to be nice to you. And he goes, "Allow us to be kind, Cathander. I ask only that you give us back our choice." As he stands up, looks towards the painting of Abraham with vitriol and hatred in his eyes, and hands you a stone of your own with a piece of parchment sort of strapped to it, and a piece of charcoal to write what you wish this family to become.
So my mother's wish never came true, right?
Your mother's wish was as true for as long as the stone stayed intact.
Okay.
You can sense an intensely magical, like, essentially a curse coming from each of these stones, that as long as they are whole, the rules written on them must be followed, and if they are broken, what is written on them becomes unattainable.
Oh, so like ever?
Not ever, just as long as it remains broken.
Broken? Okay. And I can't rewrite anything?
You can't rewrite exactly, but you can most definitely, add something, have the same general impact.
Okay.
But in order to give you time to make a informed and thoughtful decision, we are going to move back upstairs where Audria and the magistrate have been simply enjoying the party.
Yep. Nothing going on here.
Nothing going on here. Between you and the magistrate, Audria, how much do you think you would have drank? Do you think you would have stayed sober? Or do you think you would have, allowed yourself to really enjoy the party?
Don't know if she likes it alcohol. Let's ask Everett.
One more time?
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't hear what you said, sorry.
No, I said I don't actually know if she likes the taste of alcohol. Let me ask Everett. Everett very resoundingly says yes, so...
Okay, so you and the magistrate indulge yourselves completely. Fine wines, IPAs, lagers, hard liquor, the most and greatest that money can buy. As the both of you remain quite intoxicated by the end of the night, can Audria, can you go ahead and give me a con save?
26.
26. Okay. Seems honestly like you can handle your alcohol pretty well. You're definitely not sober, but if, for example, the door was kicked down by pirates and the house was lit on fire, you would be more than capable, as you always are. And the magistrate, despite going, for lack of a better term, shot for shot with you, seems almost entirely unaffected. To a, honestly, suspicious degree. And
kind of just gives him a poke and is like, are you sure you're actually drinking the alcohol?
You see, he takes a minute. You can see, although he's had a lot to drink, he's like, yes, Audria, this is far from my first event of this nature, and I I find it quite important to remain capable of my duties despite any any condition I may find myself in.
Okay. Because this sparkly grape juice is just about kicking my butt.
Ah, yes, that would... And he takes a look at it and goes, yes, it is not grape juice. This is elven wine. That would most definitely be the reason. Would you need a moment if I would not want to impose, but I have several magical capabilities that would allow me to alleviate some of the more severe symptoms so that if the opportunity were to present itself, you would be, as capable as I find you to be at all times.
Of course, just as long as it doesn't take away this lovely little fuzzy feeling inside of my head.
Of course, Audria, I would not wish to impose. And you see you guys step out into the hallway, and as you pass one of the guards. You see they're just playing cards in a back room somewhere. And one of them lets off a detect magic. Audrey, can you go ahead and make an Arcana check?
Mm-hmm. Cool. 14.
14.
Hold on.
Give me...
Hold on.
Okay.
I need a flash of genius on that to make it a 90.
Yeah.
Smart.
So... Okay. 19 succeeds. You look about, you see this sort of wave of detect magic go off. The first thing that pings is your mildly modified bracelets. The second thing that pings is a large piece of enchanted thread on the back of the magistrate's cloak. You can see that there are some words stitched in large lettering around the back, and they just say, "I will be me even when I am not." What would you like to do?
Where is this thread?
It is on the inside of the magistrate's cloak, sort of around, just below the collar.
Oh, I see. She kind of just goes, "Oh! Magic, of course. How could I have been so foolish?"
The magistrate looks at you slightly confused, and I do not mean to make choices for you, but I will ask, do you say the phrase out loud?
How bad would it be?
The question truly is...
Yeah, she would say it out loud, but just like under her breath. She wouldn't say it very loud.
Mm-hmm. It's a little bit of that drunkenness hitting you. You're just reading and sort of mumbling it out loud to yourself a second time. And as you finish the incantation, you see the cloak begin to glow a brilliant blue as it sort of falls to a much more tattered and disheveled appearance, as standing before you now is Elric, covered in a significant amount of blood, wearing the magistrate's clothes. And with that, we will move back downstairs.
You're evil. You're
What the fuck?
evil. Oh, I've been waiting for that.
This whole time.
I've been waiting for that.
I am so glad I didn't watch that last 10 minutes now.
Right now,
That was a
wish
good
I
reveal.
was there.
Cathander. About
Oh, shit.
15 minutes have passed. The lights begin to pulse a magical effect as you are cured of the poisoned condition and any poison damage you would have taken, cured of the charmed effect or condition, as well as cured of any benign magical influences such as the suggestion spell or some sort of minor curse that you may have been under, and you feel yourself fully return out of the stupor of intoxication. And I will ask you, what would Cathander write?
Oh my god. Do I know more about these stones? Like, do I know what they're cursed with?
They are cursed with following. Whatever you write on these stones must be followed by your family for as long as the stone stays intact.
Would I know by who?
Assumedly, this ritual keeps the curse going.
Okay, following my mother, I'm going to write, malice is undone. Kind hearts for all shall be begun.
Done. Kind hearts for all shall be done. As you write this in the charcoal, on the bit of parchment, you see the stone melds over, becoming one solid stone tablet with your writing etched into it. As the letters begin to grow pink, your father, brimming with joy he has not felt since the day his wife died, takes the stone from you.
What?
Tears welling in his eyes, slots the stone into the ground as a pulse of magical energy rings throughout the entire house. As from this moment forth, every member of your family is cursed with kindness, is cursed with the inability to take intentionally malicious actions, the inability to force others to be unkind or to allow themselves to be unkind, either to themselves or others. As something odd happens to you, you see you are suffused with pink. Several armored centipedes, the size of, some the size of bookshelves, some the size of dressers of cars, some much smaller, some much larger. They range about from, I'd say, cow to dog sized. As they begin moving around, you glow a brilliant pink, the color and symbols of your family surrounding you, as you have taken this opportunity to be good, and it does not affect you. The glowing pink pulled into your tome of webbing as it shakes. And you know that while every other member of your family, as extended and large as it may be, is affected, you are not.
That's evil of me.
DM, can I detect magic over
Of course
that whole
you can.
thing?
Detect magic on what, specifically?
Well, first off, did I see the whole pink glow and everything around him?
Yeah, he was physically glowing bright pink. I'd say you definitely saw.
I'd love how just Iron's just standing there watching this unfold.
He's just,
And
it's kind of
can I
like
see the
being
pink glow
there
sucked into his book?
when... Sorry, I was talking over you. Please, go again.
Sorry, I was gonna say, can I see the pink glow getting sucked into his book?
You can see the pink glow suffuse his entire body as the pulses of magic radiate through the house, and you can see it kind of funnel into his bag, as while the pulses continue, his glowing does not.
So detect magic would light up anything magic.
Yes. And it lights up the bag and the book for a moment. However, it is more so that this detect magic allows you to see the exact moment the curse is dispelled and diffused from Cathander.
Okay, and says I can also see the School of Magic if there is any.
There is not.
Can I see the School of Magic that dispelled that?
The schools of magic that detect magic would detect are for arcane or new magic. The schools of magic that dispelled that from Cathander are of divine magic. So you would not be able to detect that now.
Okay. But I could at least see the magic going off, though.
Yes. You will get that it is divine magic, however. I will say that is revealed to you with the detect magic.
Interesting. Divine magic coming from the book.
Yes.
This is all in Iron's head, though.
Yep. As you see your
Over to him and
father...
say, are you feeling all right, lad?
Am I still? Oh, I'm not still glowing, right?
No, you are no longer glowing.
Okay. I don't know. The fuck is this?
It's a family curse, Cathander. One that was placed on us when the first of our name made a deal with something untoward to be valuable for eternity, and one we have been able to warp, to manipulate to our benefit.
How? Who?
We're unaware. It said that they had also given us our family crest. The many legs to our many branches. The armor to our fortitude. We were given the centipede from a great queen of magic. Her name henceforth lost to time.
DM, can I do can I kneel down and inspect that stone that he just messed with?
Yeah.
I'd like to look at it and try and see if I know anything about the history of what he's talking about related to this stone.
I'd say even with like a really thorough investigation, you won't get too much more than that this is a mundane magical object and is simply just a piece of a much larger spell.
Would it be like pretty high DC?
No, I would say that's simply all the information that you can gather. It seems just simply to not be that complicated.
And while detect magic, actually, let me see something about detect magic. Does it just focus on the one, or do I have to? Oh, it's within. I don't even have to excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to specify a target. It just says.
All right.
Anything within 30 feet of me for 10 minutes. So, I get a hit from that stone as well?
I suppose so. I will tell you everything that this stone does. When the stone is carved and a parchment is placed... When the stone is carved and a parchment is placed on top of it, writing on the parchment will etch that writing into the stone itself. That is what the stones do. That is how their magic works. You know also from this detect magic that putting the stone onto the ground activates a sort of larger magical effect that bestows the writing of the stone onto the members of this family.
have I ever heard of a being that could do this kind of boon, as it were, to a family?
Well, you definitely know that there are certain beings with a level of power capable of cursing an entire family for eternity. But you also know that the amount of simply raw magic that it would take to do something like that is far beyond mortal means.
So did this magic, by chance, also have a hint of divine to it?
I would say it's got a little bit more than just a hint.
Stop making me laugh.
A little bit more than a hint.
Just a bit more.
Just
I would say it absolutely reeks of the same kind of divine magic that Cathander's armor radiates with, or his gloves, or the book, or at some times, just him.
I do it, and I hate you so much for it.
Interesting. Log that away for later.
Put that away for later. Cathander, I will remind you, you felt your book rumble as the curse was dispelled. Would you like to check that now while you are down here? Or once you go back upstairs?
No, now, for sure. 100%.
Awesome. You open the page and it just says very simply, "My soldiers will not be affected by my own curses. Your will is yours. You have nothing to fear."
Kind of wanted that curse.
Fucking knew it.
But
I wanted that curse.
what this also means is that none of these curses affect you. Your family, dating back generations, have been cursed to be who their parents want them to be. And it is both a gift and curse itself of the spider that you are entirely immune to this specific form of generational magic. And as you guys begin to make your way back upstairs, back to your party, we will return to upstairs and your party. Audria, as you are face to face with Elric, as he is covered in quite a decent amount of blood, clear signs of quite an intense battle, and even clearer signs of theft.
Is it thieving if they're dead? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Are the guards you mentioned we passed the room of them? Are they looking, or are they within line of sight of seeing me?
They are paying no attention to anything but each other.
Okay, great. Well, I'm still gonna pull myself and Audrey away from the door.
Yeah.
This is very important. Listen, I didn't kill him for no reason. I did kill him, though. That was me. Full transparency.
He's just revealing everything.
She's just standing there with wide eyes, shell shocked.
Yeah.
Listen, he's dead. I killed him. But listen, he was the chosen of knowing. I had to. He was evil. He was the one who was messing with all our shit. He's the one who sent the priests to the first gate.
Hello.
Yes, hello. Hi, I am Elric. I have been the magistrate's dead. This cloak lets me turn into him. Full transparency.
Why?
I don't know. He just had it on him. I don't even know if the guy I killed was like the first magistrate. Probably. I don't know, though. He could have been pretending. But listen. What's important here, I put my hands on both of her shoulders. He was the champion of knowing. The evil spider god that Cathander's in bed with? Yeah, he was her champion. And, I killed him. And he was the one who sent the priest to the first gate. He was the one he's the reason all the gates have been getting fucked with our entire time here.
Cathander's god is knowing?
Yes. You didn't? Well, you know it now. Yeah. The spider.
Okay. She's like really, she kind of just does a little like a drunk sway. Like
I have to I stabilize her, like both hands on her shoulders.
Dude, you're ruining the fizzy wine juice.
Now is not the time to be drunk.
What is now the time for?
Now is time for probably shit's happening, and it's happening real fast, and I don't really have a grip on things. Where are the others?
Clearly.
I was gonna say clearly.
On that note, when you ask where the others are, I will say this is the point that Iron and Cathander and Cathander's father, now taking several drinks of his own and rejoining his family, like, oh my god, he actually did it. Holy shit, that worked. It was all worth it. We did it, guys. 10 out of 10, perfect victory. We did it. We can be nice again. Let's go. They are like rejoined and rejoicing as the party fully kicks up. But Cathander and Iron, I will say, you see Elric holding somebody by the cuff of their shirt behind a corridor. You do not see who Elric is holding, but you do see what looks like Elric absolutely chewing out some random person.
And we see him looking all bloody and shit.
Oh, for sure. He looks terrible.
Alright, so Iron's gonna strut over there.
I'm gonna run
Stride,
over there.
not strut. He's gonna stride.
Oh, hell
Do
yeah.
I see them coming over?
Yeah.
I will, wave them over.
Oh, yeah.
And once they are within, whisper range, the magistrate, he's dead. The magistrate you saw, that was just me with magic. I killed the magistrate.
You killed the magistrate.
Yeah.
Whatever
Was
for?
awesome. Listen, you know knowing, right? One of the infernal, right?
Are we just name dropping the right here?
Yeah,
What's their true name?
To clarify, Elric, you've said knowing a few times. Go ahead and give me an intelligence saving throw, please.
We should all be dead right now.
Which saving throw?
Intelligence.
Oh, I've got
Oh.
that. Hold on.
Oh.
My dice went under the table. 17.
Likely story.
Do we all have to
17?
do it since we all heard it, or just him for saying it?
Jade, can I have
28,
every D4 you
17
have?
plus
No.
11.
Yeah, you're every
no,
D4.
no, not actually.
I have 16.
28.
Hold on, that is actually the amount I need.
Oh, I can give you 16.
Oh, well, that would take a while. I'm just gonna use D&D Beyond.
Oh, but real dice are so much more fun.
They are, but
dramatic.
I'm rolling 16 D4 right now.
Roll them normally.
Holy fuck.
16d4. I've taken worse.
Yeah. Have you?
Yeah, the magistrate really.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the magistrate fucked him up. He was almost gonna die. He
Yeah, but I fucked him up worse. That's why he's dead.
Another
Oh.
one.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
So that's...
I was sure he was gonna die.
Go ahead, take
I know. I was sure I was gonna die.
46 points of psychic damage.
It's nothing. I took 70
That
for
is
taking my
nothing.
gloves off. That's bullshit.
There is so much confidence.
I took 70 for taking my gloves off.
After that, like, ringing in Elric's mind, he's gonna be like, fuck, that spider bitch, you know? Hold on. Spider
As-
lady.
You say knowing again as you feel a hand from nowhere just simply come out of the ether, grab the side of your head, and slam it into the nearby wall.
Ow.
And you
Forgot you
clatter
can't say
to
their
the
name.
floor as... Go ahead and roll a d8 for me.
A D8.
Yep.
Do we see
Sorry,
him
a d6.
slam
A
into the wall?
d6.
Ether.
Just
Is
Elric.
this happening in his head, DM, or are we seeing this happen?
You are
Yeah.
seeing Elric get bitch slapped by God.
Great.
Oh shit.
Rolled a 3.
You rolled a 3? Awesome. Your smell, sight, and taste vanish.
Oh.
Guys, I'm blind.
Oh yeah, that's true. You made it blind.
You just got COVID plus from a god.
Oh, you just got COVID from a
Um,
Just smited me. Hold on.
As you say knowing that time, your head slams into the wall as a good half of your senses simply cease function. As
Right.
you know this is quite literally being smited.
Yeah. Guys, listen. Forgot you can't say their names, and I just got smited. That's not the important part right now. He
Yeah,
says,
we can
looking
tell.
around
He
blind.
says
Just
as you see like a
laughing
bit
at
of
him.
blood drip from his nose.
He's not looking directly at everyone.
No, he's turned around, he's talking in the wrong direction.
This is not what we should be focusing on. What we should be
God.
focusing on is that the magistrate was in bed with the spider.
My spider?
Yes, you're a
Like
spider.
literally?
Nice.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Maybe they were. He was your champion, so maybe they got that far. I don't know.
I'm pretty
insight
sure.
check.
Yeah, okay. That's smart, probably.
You can inside check me.
Go
Okay,
for it.
I'm going to.
Do I have to roll anything for that?
No.
20, dirty 20.
Awesome.
Oh.
On the Dirty 20 insight, you are looking at him covered in blood, most of which is his own, looking disheveled in a dead man's cloak. His eyes have grayed over, his nose is bleeding, and he's kind of
Leaking
half
oil.
stumbling due to a most definite severe concussion, as you realize that perhaps being quite so flagrant and attacked in a very minor way by one of these deities, the knowledge he has of them gets a little jumbled. Because,
I'm getting
Iron,
up so hard.
I will say that you know that knowing is not the spider. Cathander, you know knowing's not
yeah,
the
it's someone
spider.
Yeah.
And
Ellen's a little
Audrey,
confused.
I hope
Uh,
you
it-
know
it-
knowing
he's a
isn't
bit
the
concussed.
spider.
Yeah.
I
It's been
think
a
I
hot
would know
few
as well,
days.
because I was visited by Big Blue Lady.
Yes.
Right.
That was knowing.
Yeah.
But would I know that was...
Yes, you would know that that was
Everyone
knowing.
would, right? Everyone would.
Everyone who was there, yes.
Oh, are
Okay,
we
I
saying
couldn't
Audrey
remember
was there or
if we knew
not?
that was her, or if we just knew we got attacked
wouldn't
by...
have. Audrey would not have been able to have been affected in the same way that you guys
Oh,
were.
yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
Okay.
First of all, why are you wearing the magistrate's clothes?
I killed him and stole his cloak, and then I said the words on the back of the. I'll say the words. What are they again, DM?
I will be me even when I am not.
I will be B even when I am not.
As you say
then-
this, you see him turn into the magistrate, and all of the blood goes away.
I stole his cloak, and now it lets me become him. Well, not become. I look like him. It's
So
like
you
a
just been
polymorph.
pretending to be him all evening?
Yeah.
I'll just kind of poke him, just kind of like.
She's
slightly
gonna
tap my
punch him
finger with
right in the
blood
middle
on
of.
him.
Oh shit!
Yeah, go ahead, roll to hit.
She's gonna punch him.
Roll to
She's
hit.
gonna
As if you
punch
already
him right in the middle of its chest.
As if he wasn't already concussed.
Iron just goes to check on him, and I would just sucker punch him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Elric, you are hit so hard it knocks the spell effect out of you.
Wait, did she hit me?
Yeah, she punched
Yeah.
you in the face.
Well, I'm not, like, did she roll?
With, I hit you with the lesser restoration because you don't need to be blinded.
Mm.
So you punch me and
The
you lesser
spell-
restoration?
The spell delivery was hands-on.
Okay. I
Okay.
appreciate
Okay. So you clean him up a bit, but give him what for. And for the
Probably
second
deserve
time
that one.
tonight, Cathander, you kind of clatter to the ground. And with this second significant punch, honestly, it feels kind of the same. And you're getting a little bit more frazzled. You know that you'll only be blind for a few more minutes. But with all of this, you are all sort of making a commotion as you see Conwell just sort of quietly nod at you and bring forth a small, like, dining room sheet that he, like, whaps in the air. I don't know what the real word for that is. Every word I've ever heard for that has been fully made up.
Make up your own word.
I know
As
what you're talking about.
Yeah, as he sort of fluffs the tablecloth, and almost like an immovable rod, it hardens to a wall that blocks the section of hallway you are in off from the rest of the house, as he nods at you quietly and slips around the edge of it.
I'm gonna shoulder tap Iron and be like, "Isn't he just amazing?"
Who did that? I say blinded. What happened?
I'll just.
No, I
I'll
hit
put
you
a
with that.
hand
I
up.
hit you with the lesser. I
Oh,
hit
yeah,
you with the
you're-
lesser restoration against
you're not
the
blinded
blinded
anymore.
condition.
I'll put
Am
a
I
hand on,
non-blinded now?
Audrey's
Yes.
shoulder as well.
You are not
Okay.
blinded.
Give her a lesser restoration for the
Is that your
alcoholic.
butler?
I mean, one of many.
No need to flex.
I'm going to ask him, how did you know he was in league with one of them?
We had a talk. About my father. My father's name is Abraham. He was the leader of a church, and we had a talk. He said he really didn't like me, and you know how I have a special connection with my ground buddy. Well, he
Alright.
tried to kill me because of that. The gods don't really like each other all that much.
Wait, your dad's name was Abraham?
Yeah.
Well, lad, I think we just saw a statue of him down below.
What? A statue? What are you talking about?
Cathander, maybe you better explain. You know your family stuff better than I do.
I don't fucking know about that. I don't know why your dad's statue is in my basement.
My dad, I don't really know a lot about his past. I know he was a strong bard, and then he gave up a life of adventuring to go be a father at the church, but that's all I know.
DM,
Are you related?
who was the family member that Elric's dad was the guest of honor for? If that
Your
makes-
mother.
Oh, okay.
Your
okay.
mom. Sorry.
Your mom.
Sorry.
Basically, ritual, coronation, whatever you want to call it. I chose Iron for my guest of honor. My mom chose your dad.
He's still blinking kind of hard because he's concussed. Like,
Still.
okay,
Okay, what do you want me to do? The fuck?
like, I mean, I guess bards get around. I don't know.
Oh. Never mind.
And that's
never
how we
mind
found
that.
out they were brothers.
yeah.
Oh, that'd be a twist.
I actually never did meet my mom.
I
Damn.
almost made that canon.
Oh,
That almost was actually the case. The idea
Let's make that
most
happen.
definitely
That's-
crossed my mind to
Yeah.
accidentally Cathander and Elric into being either cousins or brothers, but I was like, that's too confusing. That's unnecessary.
Okay, forget about that. So the magistrate kill you kill the magistrate because
Yeah, he was the champion, which means he was really strong and kind of kicked my ass, but I kicked his ass harder, kind of.
yeah, but why would you want him dead?
He was... Listen, I found out. I snooped around his office. Well, you guys got whisked off by those carts. You know, not my monkey, not my zoo. I went back to the city. I snooped around his office, and I found a note from him to, remember those priests at the first gate we went to fix?
Yeah.
He sent
Yeah,
them
we
there.
doing lava?
He's been the one who's been fucking with all the gates this whole time, so I went to confront him about it. And then, he tried to kill me.
The magistrate's been the one fucking up the gates.
Yes, him. Him and his god have been conspiring to fuck up the gates.
Insight check.
Yeah, go for
He
it.
being entirely truthful.
Insight check. I'm not gonna ask you to make a deception check, but just know I've set the DC pretty high.
24.
That's good enough. He's being truthful about some things and not so truthful about others.
Oh, yeah.
Is he being honest about the magistrate being the one to screw with the gates? Yes, he's being completely honest. Did he kill the magistrate? Yes, absolutely. He is literally covered in his blood. But the connecting tissue between all of it seems just a little fishy in a way. Like, maybe he didn't go into his office, maybe he didn't find a letter. It all kind of seems like the core points of what he's saying is true, but all of the through line might as well have been fully made up.
Would the magistrate have, guards on his office?
Well, he'd have a secretary.
I talked to the secretary. He wrote my name down wrong.
He didn't want to
Oh,
be with
wait.
legal
Elvic snaps his fingers, his mind slowly recovering from the concussion. My ground buddy also told me there's something wrong with the hold on, with the third gate. Something's up there. I don't know what, but something's wrong again. Big surprise.
Your ground buddy? Is
Yes, my
that the
ground
one
buddy
you were
told
talking to at the first gate?
Yeah, it's the one I've been. Yeah, the one who also saved my life, and he points to the stone where the big stab wound used to be. He also did that.
Schizophrenic.
As you point to it, you notice there's nothing there.
Oh. Well, remember when we all kind of got fucked? You all got stabbed?
I remember that.
Yeah, he saved my life from just dying from that, so that was nice.
Why wouldn't he save us too?
Well, because you're not buddies with him. I don't know.
Makes sense.
Iron will just look over at Elric. Listen, lad, I don't think I've ever had enough alcohol quite for that.
Yeah, I know. I also drank a lot, but strangely, it's not really having an effect.
I had a lot
Maybe it's because I
too,
don't have a
but
liver
I guess-
anymore.
You don't have... Never mind.
Audrio,
Anyways.
while the boys are talking, you head upstairs. Slip away silently. And begin to read the letter the magistrate sent you. Actually, I'll ask you, what would you read first? the actual will portion of this, the second page that is just the things you are getting from the magistrate, there are several, like, official seals, and then there is a personal letter at the very back. What do you think you would be looking through first?
The personal letter.
Yeah. It just says, "Dear Audria, if you are receiving this, that means I am dead. Your tutelage, as always, and as I have said many times, was a deep joy of mine, and in my eyes, you are what this city means to me. You are someone from somewhere, anywhere, even, that has wandered to my city of dreams and has made a name for themselves and etched their power and their might into the history of the world. For that reason, I have left my position to you. I gift you with not only my responsibility, but with my staff, who has been admittedly doing a majority of the work for years now. I wish only for you to take this opportunity to grow and become the person I know that you have always been. That being said, there are some areas I would like to clear up in case there is any confusion about my death. First of all, regardless of what you may have heard, I have always had only the best interests of our city at heart. I believe in its message and what it is to the people who live there, first and foremost. Secondly, you are something different. The miracle of your creation was just that. A miracle. And as such, by the powers that be, I was tasked with watching over you. Now that I am gone, I am no longer capable of keeping you safe from those who would wish to remove such a powerful player from the board. Remember this, that you are immune to things that other people find life-threatening. Remember this, that I have not given you this position as a term of endearment, but as a term of the utmost confidence in your capabilities. And know, finally, this. The things that come for you now are unlike anything you have ever faced. As I have been protecting you for some time now, you must protect yourself. You have within you a spark of the true divine. Use it for what will be a battle that may in turn face the risk of the city itself. I give you my permission in death to relinquish your responsibilities only after that battle has been won. You will be instrumental, and our people will need a face to look to. I hope in you they may be able to find it, and I hope in me you may find someone worth missing.
I think she would just be like, I think she'd actually be like genuinely sad, like actually crying. Just in a puddle in the middle of a very, very fluffy ball gown. Little golden tears slipping down her cheeks.
Uh-huh. And as you are there, you are just a wreck. Just sat in the middle of in your room. And as the night drags on, most people would enjoy this party to the fullest. But you stay here, I would say, after one or maybe even several hours. You read the rest of the effects. And not only have you been given his position, you have been given his estate, his wealth, and, most importantly, his library, both above and below ground. Go ahead and please add, I'll say 1,000 gold to your inventory.
Well,
And Audria, and only Audria, please take a level up, as being granted the position of Magistrate of Daedalus is a significant upgrade in your position, granting you that 18th level. And with that, with the night dragging on, and the end of this little stint at Cathander's new residence, we are going to end the session there, and I will see you all next week. Bye, YouTube!
Bye, YouTube.
Bye, YouTube.
Hey, YouTube.
God damn it.